In May of 1945, as USS Bluegill, SS-242, departed Subic Bay for her 6th war patrol, targets were increasingly hard to find. The submarine war of attrition had taken its toll on the once vast Japanese transportation network that had spanned the boat's patrol areas in the Southwest Pacific. Bluegill's creative solution to the lack of targets would earn them a unique place in U.S. submarine history. Even before her colorful 6th patrol, Bluegill was a boat with a unique history. It began with its launch from the Electric Boat Shipyard on August 8, 1943, in the middle of a statewide area drill, a first in the shipyard's history. Her commissioning commanding officer, Lieutenant Commander Eric L. Barr, Jr., would bring yet another unique historic distinction to Bluegill. Barr was the son of World War I Navy Cross recipient Eric L. Barr, Sr., commanding officer of USS E-1, the smallest submarine to cross the Atlantic under its own power, having battered its way through a hurricane to reach its patrol area in the Azores. Having been to sea on the E-1 at the age of 5, Eric Jr. was determined to uphold the family's fine name in submarines. He set the tone for Bluegill at the ship's commissioning party when in his acceptance speech he declared, "We are going to get this ship's nose bloody." Sent out to sink Japanese destroyers on her maiden patrol in April 1944, Bluegill was closing in on a destroyer lying to off Sansel Island when suddenly bigger game crossed its path, and Lieutenant Commander Barr launched 6 torpedoes at the 3,500-ton light cruiser Yubari. 2 of Bluegill's torpedoes struck home, sinking the enemy warship, bringing the boat instant notoriety. Yubari was a repeated target of American submarines, many of which took a shot at it over the first 2.5 years of the war. Barr joked he sunk Yubari for the 53rd and last time. For his daring attack, Barr earned the Navy Cross. Now father and son each wore a Navy Cross. Over Bluegill's next 2 patrols, her successful attacks on Japanese shipping grew, along with her reputation. The 3rd rendition of Bluegill's battle flag now recorded 2 warships and 9 merchant ships sunk. After a disappointing 4th patrol in which no enemy ships were sighted and only enemy mines destroyed, Bluegill set out on her 5th patrol to take a crack at what was left of the Japanese fleet, hoping for better luck. Arriving off Cape Varaya, Indochina, Bluegill stalked a Japanese convoy moving up the coast. On March 28, 1945, she damaged and beached the 5,542-ton tanker Honen Maru, packed with an estimated 53,000 barrels of oil for the fuel-starved Japanese fleet. A landing party completed the destruction of the grounded ship with demolition charges. Bluegill's sinking of Honen Maru will be the last large tanker sinking scored by submarines in the Pacific War. Commander Barr now faced an interesting challenge. With the lack of enemy contacts in this area, he remarked, it's getting so that submarines have to develop their own objectives and devise stunts in order to keep up morale. His plan to sustain the morale on Bluegill's 6th patrol included a small island and 6 vintage Civil War Navy cutlasses given to him by his father. On May 28, 1945, Commander Barr battle-surfaced Bluegill for gunnery practice, selecting as a target a small piece of volcanic rock shown on the charts as Pratas Island, used by the Japanese Navy as a weather station and listening post. After expending some 60 rounds from her 4-inch gun, Bluegill ceased fire and withdrew until midnight when they returned, flooded down, and disembarked 2 Australian commandos for reconnaissance of the island. At 08:35 on May 29th, having received an all clear from the commandos, Bluegill launched a raiding party armed with guns, pistols, and hand grenades, led by 6 grizzled submariners brandishing Barr's cutlasses. Finding only 2 wooden guns manned by 2 stuffed soldiers guarding the island, the invasion force was called to attention with 2 captured Japanese bugles, and the stars and stripes were raised over the island, certifying Bluegill's capture of enemy territory, the farthest west to date. A plaque installed at the base of the flagpole officially declared the island's name Bluegill Island. Charges were then set off, destroying a radio tower, weather station, fuel and ammo dumps, and the invasion declared secured. Bluegill's otherwise uneventful final patrol ended at Pearl Harbor on June 21st, with her crew the envy of the submarine force. Under Barr's command, Bluegill recorded 13 ships sunk for 51,059 tons. 3 of the ships were for 12,000 tons apiece, and 369 depth charges received. For his success, Barr would earn a 2nd Navy Cross and in the war ranked 17th of 465 World War II submarine skippers for the number of ships sunk. Every man who sailed with Barr came back alive. Of all the accomplishments he made while commanding officer of Bluegill, this is the one he is most proud.